How's it going, guys? Jasper Allen Jacobs coming to you from Atmosphere Dive Apparel, where it's all about the atmosphere. Talking to you about an issue that I have when I go scuba diving, and that's my tanks rolling around in the back of my vehicle. Making noise, clanking, clacking, beating up my tanks, beating up my gear. Try to use the weights to hold them in place. Try to use my gear sometimes, just depends. But today we're going to talk about a product that is customizable, easy, fun. Costs about 40 bucks, and it's a great way to get your kids involved and get them doing a project. So the project that we're going to be talking about today is basically taking some PVC pipe, putting some non-slip product around it, and some rope, and creating cradles for your tanks so they don't slide around in your car. It's collapsible, it's easy to use, it's fun to make, and a great way to get your kids involved in scuba diving. The products that we've purchased in order to make this include a premium grip drawer liner is what it actually is. You put it in drawers to keep stuff from sliding around. Well, in this case, we're going to keep using it to make stuff slide around. The other item I picked up was some red rope. Now, granted, this was 10 bucks also, and you probably could have bought it in 1 foot lengths. I chose to just buy a whole roll here, just for the simple fact that I probably have other projects to use it for. The last item before we get into the PVC is the spray-on adhesive. This stuff is about 10, 11 bucks a pop, but it's great to have around the house. It's great to fix things that you might have, coming apart, falling apart, anything like that. This adhesive is pretty good. And lastly, we've got ourselves some 1.5 inch PVC pipe. This pipe is about 5 foot long. That's in my hand. That's why I've got my arms spread out like I'm a big giant eagle. But it came in a 10 foot length. Well, how'd you get it in 5 foot? Asked Home Depot. See, they're good about those kind of things. And this project right here is going to go into my Subaru Outback, and 10 foot lengths of PVC just wouldn't fit. So the first step of this project is to basically take one of those lengths, put it into a vise because you're about to cut it. And what I did was I took some masking tape and I put it at about 16 inches. And right now I'm going to take my trusty Sharpie and mark out exactly where I want it to be cut. We're going to cut. Alright guys, you'll notice that we now have 3, and I'm going to cut some more. 16 inch lengths. One of the things you'll notice is I'm not so good with a hacksaw, but you know what? If you have access to a chop saw, that'll make your life easier. And I actually plan on going to Home Depot and getting some end caps for these PVC pieces so that they look nice and pretty. I got an issue. I gotta make it nice. As of right now, this is where we stand. I'm gonna cut a few more and we're gonna continue. Okay, guys? All right. So right now we've got 5 pieces of 16 inch long PVC. And when I had them cut in half, we wound up, actually we have 6 pieces, there's one on the floor. We wound up with 2 pieces that are under. They're about 14 inches, I think, 12, 13, 14 inches, something like that. And we don't really need those, but you know what? Those extra pieces, we're going to use those for a project next week. What we're going to do is cut those up, drill some holes, and put some bungee cords on those, and put those around our valves around the handles so that they don't accidentally get turned on. But more of that to come next week. So right now we're going to start putting the non-slip around these 6. I know there's 5. There's 6 pieces here. So in order to protect my workbench, I've actually laid down some paper towels underneath this. I've spread out a good portion of the non-slip. And what we're going to do next is take the spray, give it a good coat, and we're going to roll the PVC into it. So right now we're just spraying some of the adhesive right onto the paper. Make sure you got a good coat. You want this product to stick a good long time. And as you can see, we now have 6 of these that are completely wrapped in non-slip, and we're about to put some rope through them. As you can see, I have 5 tanks in the back of my vehicle, and in between each one of those is the PVC that we created with the non-slip grip As I zoom in, you'll notice that each one of these is in between. giving me 5 tanks. Now the next part of this project is actually optional. Optional in the sense of you really don't have to do it unless you really want to. I am, on the other hand, prone to losing items, and so I will be drilling holes through the pipes at equidistant positions to create a collapsible tank holder.